Yo guys, how you doing? We're back. And like I've been doing for the last 9 months, I've expanded. Holy shit. I don't know if we caught the subscription notification there because of the transition, but Rocky, with 20 months of being a subscriber, brother, holy shit. You, sir, are clearly the boss. And if I hadn't turned on either the bot, that would be a good one to turn on. Go, Jay. Shit. Damn it, I was really impressed with how productive I'd been this afternoon. I forgot to turn on both the bot and the slideshow. Ignore that. Oh, wow. It's not a Mohawk stream until something goes horribly wrong. Ugh. Sigh. There we go. Well, that was embarrassing. 10 out of 10 pro streamer, absolutely. The bot is connected, the bot is there. Rocky, let me give you your meeps, bro, because clearly I am absolutely incapable. Gumballina, thank you for your subscription. You should have got your meeps. The bot is up and running. You can tell I'm a pro streamer because I handled that with grace and poise. Fuck's sake. Oh, it's because this is such a shit excuse, but it's because I've had Streamlabs open all day. Science Pie getting a sub on as well, and the hype train has left the station. Thank you very much, bro. So, Streamlabs has been running all day because I've been recording voiceover for tomorrow's YouTube video. Oh, fuck no. Rocky, you absolute bad man. Everyone get some hype in the stream for the following people due to the one clutch individual that is the man, the myth, the legend, the beast. Rocky Balboa. We've got subs going out to Carmab, on Messiah, Kurt of Plum, Ugly81, Death by Cactus, Top Phobia, AMP Services, Justin my man, Val Needs, Honor Sanguinius, and House of Atkinson. Exclamation point win and exclamation point mystery for all of you guys. Find out why it's a good idea to always be a subscription over here. Rocky, you absolute boss, mate. Thank you again for the craziness that you bring. Much appreciated, bro. Honestly, much appreciated. We're already 43% through a level 4 hype train. The stream's been running for 3 minutes. And we started off with the absolute catastrophic not turning on the boss. Excuse me, I thought this was a painting stream. I know, bro. I know. In the chat, we got Tilts, Science Pie, Rocky, obviously, Carmab, Comradson, Dez. Also, thank you for the host, Dez. Who else we got in here? Scrolling back up through all the notifications. Toonie Sprues, Viking, Main Unit, Crooked Grid, Snake Pliskin. What up, everyone? I hope you've had a great day. Meaty Hooks, how you doing, too? Also, Toonie Sprues. Cheers to those robots in the jar, bro. Thank you very much. So, today we're painting a Knight Armiger. This is one of the last... I just misread that username as Houso Fatkinson and decided that was definitely not the right way to say it. Team Spruce, thank you for the host as well. What are these mysterious boxes? These contain some paint, and we've expanded our ProAcryl range. So we were using just the base set from ProAcryl, 24 paints. We painted the entirety of this Blood Bowl Minotaur. Rocky, you've been after this guy for such a long time. Here he finally is. This is him in all his glory. He was a fun mini to paint. We did some non-metallic metal. We did some stippling. We did loads of work with that ProAcryl base set. Now, we've expanded our base sets into 3 additional sets, which include some transparent paints, which I guess are a little bit like contrast / washes. We can use that. And then we've got some more pigments, some more colors to use. I'm a little concerned about this one over here. Isn't the only mysterious box that I've had delivered to my house today. And so there may be some paint leaking in here. Seeing as this contains turquoise and that's turquoise, I'm guessing that's what it's from, but let's find out. Oh shit. I thought for a second that was paint. Wooden Spoon Wargaming! How you doing, bro? I hope Mexico's treating you well. Mexico is one of the places that I've always wanted to go and never been able to get out to. Okay, we're good. We're good. So in here we've got some nice Ziploc bags. I really like the way they ship their paint because these are all obviously super fresh. We've got pale yellow, dark golden brown, and faded plum in there. In this baggie, we've got 6 pigments. My talk's awesome. Thank you very much, bro. And a lot of these are more desaturated colors. You see there we've got a lot of pale or dark colors. And then you've got turquoise. And obviously that is quite an in-your-face color. Let's just put all this to one side for now. We'll deal with the confetti style stuff later on. Now, we need to make some decisions today as a stream. So as a community, I need you guys to come together with me and work some shit out. First we need to know, exclamation point gift. It is my birthday on Tuesday, and I prefer to give than to receive. Damien, thank you very much for that. We got level 3 hype train, absolute craziness. Thank you very much to everyone. Got some emotes. Bam. Choo choo, motherfucker. Choo choo. You're a faded plum. Your mum's a faded plum. I'm about to paint my first minis this weekend, and I have a dumb question. Do I have to put paint on the minis shortly after priming them, or can I prime them and let them sit? What? Mate, you can prime them and let them sit for years if you want. In fact, quite a lot of hobbyists do exactly that. So don't worry. Don't worry. You're good. Base set, why were there 4 blues? I guess because that's just the colors they came up with, bro. That's it. ProAcryl are based in California. I think. Pretty sure California. Reasonably sure. Anyway, first thing I need you guys to do, exclamation point gift. There is a link. You can see it right there in that Arizona. Damn it. Damn it. I knew it had an I and an A in it. That helped. These are some good colors. Transparent purple, transparent orange. These are really nice looking pigments. However, the swatch looks a bit kind of brown. So we'll see how these look. These are the transparent paints. We'll put those off to one side. I'm thinking these are a little bit like washes. These are a little bit like contrast, perhaps. We will see. But the reason you guys need to use the gift command is because we are giving away on Tuesday's stream. We're doing a special birthday stream. We're going to paint from 4 p.m. So 4 in the afternoon. We're starting early. Remember that. And we're painting Carnotray. This was voted on by you guys. You're the ones that wanted Khan. Khan! And so we bought Khan. I'm going to put him together tomorrow. Get him primed and ready. And then Tuesday, we're painting him up. But we need to know. We need the intel, guys. Is how to paint him. Mate, you know, however the color scheme lands, he's going to be painted up to look like he's in a comic book anyway. So, you know, it's always going to be that comic book look. That is a properly snot-ass green. So that's the first thing I need you guys to do, is go and vote in the poll. Let us know what you would like me to paint Khan in. And it's going to be given away to one lucky subscriber. So all those people that just got given subs, thanks to Rocky, I feel that you owe this guy a little bit of thanks. And if you're lucky, that might be a free miniature you've just won. Poll is still running, Des. Poll is still running. I said I'd run it probably most of the way through this stream. And then we'd start collecting ideas from you guys for bases. So I was going to ask you mods to come to a collective, get a representative ready for how we should base him and get some ideas written down, given in by the rest of the folks here. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, how are we going to paint this knight? We've got a knight armor to paint. Now we've got no metallic paints. We did not buy the metallic paint set, and we're still holding true to our word. We're only painting this guy in ProAcryl colors, which means the main chassis of this guy is going to be black. That's the way it's going to be. So whatever we decide for all the carapace bits, would it be shoulder pads, knee pads, even the little feet, perhaps. All of those things we need to work out a color scheme for. Now I thought I'd throw out some suggestions to you guys, but seeing as this mini belongs to Tilts, I thought I'd give him first shout. So Tilts, if there is a color you really want this painted, let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably going to go for orange, purple, or both. So you guys choose. We're not, no, cannot be painted at all in a way that I've painted a knight before. Which is, obviously, these guys in here. No. So we got one vote for bone. Can't do Flash Gits yellow. Flash Gits doesn't exist in a ProAcryl set. And we're not going to paint a yellow knight because we've done mostly yellow knights before. Orange and purple sounds sick. Do it. Okay. Orange and purple sounds sick. You guys very much on the same page. I'm liking that. Okay. So I'm thinking then we do either orange or purple as the main color. And then we do freehand for the other color. So we got black as one of our colors. One of those two then as our next main color, and then the other one as our accent color. Lots of orange and purple being brought through. Rocky, mate, I hope your migraine gets sorted soon, man. Right. That sucks. Bone and bright blue could be a little desaturated, but I'm liking it. Purple and black main colors, orange accent. Purple and trim being very orangey bronze. I'm liking the sound of that. Okay, cool. Looks like we're going to use purple as our main color, black as our skeletal sort of metal color, and then orange to do freehand and accents, maybe even a bit of the trim. So let's get to it. Let's fire the airbrush up. Before we do though, let's have a quick look at what we've got for our colors. So in the base set, we know we had coal black. Been using that a lot recently, to the point where we forgot to put the lid back on. Huh, what do you know? Okay. So we've got coal black. We're going to need a dark grey. Now we've got dark warm grey. That was a good one. Didn't we get a darker grey blue? We got a dark blue in that set. I'm trying to work out if I can... let's start shifting so I'm not going to use pink so they can all go away. Trying to work out if I can replicate my black blue style scheme. Dark natural grey. We don't really want Dark warm grey, dark natural grey, probably closer to that. I'm now looking for oranges and purples out of both of these sets. Oh, burnt sienna. Nice. Grey blue. Blue black. Oh, that's promising. Blue black. And bright natural grey. Let's see if we can use these to come up with a similar color scheme to how I normally paint my blacks. There's the list that we'll want. We need some ideas from the community on how we're going to base Khan the Betrayer. So once we've got this bit sorted out, which I feel we have, then we can get started on populating ideas for how we're going to base Khan. So to everyone out there, we're probably painting Khan based on the last time I looked at the poll, but let's double check it. We're probably painting Khan in blue and white. And it's close. It is real close, actually. There's only 5 votes in it. Arkoth1, thank you for the follow. Much love, dude. Cheers. Tilt should have a lot of painting to do. So, in here, 5 votes separate blue and white heritage scheme from the old school and new school coming together in their own color scheme. So this is the first thing that's being decided. What we need to know next is how you guys would like things done for the base. Right, starting off with coal black. Give this an all over spray. Wait, hang on. I've only just got this out of the packet. I haven't peeled the little thing off. It didn't have one. Ooh. Okay. Do any of these? Yeah. Okay, maybe it was just that one then. Let's try this one. Okay, so we just got one that was a random one. Khan on the beach. Could do beach theme, I guess. Xenos planet. That doesn't narrow it down much. That's literally everywhere that isn't Earth. Froglaive Studio. How are you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here, and thank you for that raid again. How is your stream? What were you up to? Let's get some love and some follows in the stream for Froglaive. Emma sent you one of their... Sent you one off the airbrush booth. Oh, I see. Alright, let's get all of this in. So all this is going to be some really... just quick fire faux metallic. What we're probably going to do is get this up quite bright using just some zenithals, and then we're going to hit it with that transparent black through the airbrush, see what that looks like. Maybe even mix that in with a little bit of blue to retain some of that blueness, we'll see. But this is that blue-black for now, and it's not particularly blue or black. Coal black. No, it's just because I'm just using coal black. That's why we need to put this down to base coat, then the blue black. Fucking hell. What was wrong with my brain today? Everything was fine until literally 10 minutes ago. Warp themed base could be fun. Do a resin river of blood. That could be fun. Khan and a river of blood could definitely be up there. Long day. It's been a long day. Basically, Thursdays is my day for editing. Both video editing and PDF work. Also, yesterday I wasn't feeling very well and went to bed at Like, I crashed out on my girlfriend's bed at like 10 o'clock, and that was me done. So yeah, yesterday was not great. Today I figured I was okay. Perhaps not. Has been a tough day in the brain, but it's alright. It's alright, we're here now. We're good to go. Do I build my second set of Scorpet destroyers properly, so I have a unit of 6, or do I use them for kit bashing overlords and spiders? I actually quite like the Scorpet destroyers, and I do have a unit of 6 that I run in my army. I think they're actually pretty decent. They provide a little bit more of a punch than the Ophidians do because of the big blades, and they are a little bit more durable because they're not T4. So you can chuck those in with the -1 to wound strat. You can really tank some stuff with them. So I quite like the Scorpex. And let's be fair, they look pretty damn cool. So, you know, I can't not like that. Bet your girlfriend plays like a boss already. So, Jackie is previously a professional cake maker and decorator, and so she has some mad artistic skills. We don't do any of my miniature hobby together at all, and I'm very keen on keeping it that way, only because I don't want this to be all I do even when I'm with her. We play some mini games. We have like Zombicide, Lovecraft game. It's the Mansions of Madness game, and we have a lot of fun playing that. But we stay away from Warhammer, basically. Right, this is way lighter than I was expecting. But remember, rather than... I know I'm tired and my brain isn't working, but didn't he raid us a minute ago? Froglane, welcome back, potentially? I think? Tilts, you're talking shit, I scrolled up. I smell lies. Right. Give this guy an all-over coat of black blue. Now, because we're using purple as our main colour, that's obviously got quite a blue hint to it as well. So we do want this to be dark, and this is way lighter than what I'm used to. But remember, the ProAcryl paints, once they're dry, once they're cured, they have a very different finish to how they look when they're wet. Remember that mahogany that took like 5 coats before I suddenly realised this is never gonna dry the way it looks wet? Well, I imagine this isn't gonna look exactly this colour once it's cured, but we're going for it. Let's get this all over all our gubbins. It's like Groundhog Day already getting 10 minutes. That'll do. That'll do. I've just terminated my stream. Oh god. I swear it was you, bro. Same logo and everything, mate. The bot is not running twice. The bot can't run twice. Actually it can, but it currently isn't. Also for that, it's not a bot thing, that's just a Twitch thing. So, no need to worry. Have a little bit of faith, guys. I know he started the stream like a fucking train wreck. But, have a little faith. Also, if there's somebody here that sent me a package addressed to, and this was genius, Jeff Middleweight from Afro Airbrushing. I've decided not to open it until Tuesday because it says on the box for Tuesday, the 19th. And so if that's the wrong thing to do because there's something perishable inside or whatever, please let me know. Otherwise, whatever your surprise may be, it may have been bad. What the hell is this clip? Is this stream appropriate? Can a mod play that? Because I'm not sure. What is this? Before I play it, what is this? Right, we're going to approach this with a little bit more of a Zenithal way than the rest of the mini. So I want the superstructure, the inside, the skeleton, to be really quite dark. So we're going to work this up, leaving a lot of shadows. And I'm really hoping that by the time we get our greys in, started working on any possible set of extra shadows on this, we've got something that is actually quite dark. Not too fussed about the trim will be painted, but certainly all of the pipes and even these smokestacks, they're probably going to be black. It's the first time I've ever not painted one of these things silver, and it feels weird. If it doesn't have air holes or ticks, it should be okay. Yeah, I know, right? It's in the garage, just in case. They bet me to eat a dog treat. My pup was downstairs, might have been tips or treats. Brilliant, brilliant. Right, let's watch Mr. Frog Lane Studios.
I am really glad. Am I chewing it or am I just able to swallow it in one go?
Dear oh dear.
I'm on your countdown, Sinister.
Wow. Oh no, I can't deal with the throwing up part of that. Wow, that's some interesting faces. I do hope you had something to wash that down with.
There we go, boys.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, dog treat. And was nearly 6. So out of interest, I mean, give us, for those of us not able to partake in the sensory pleasures that you just have, give us some rough idea of what that tasted like. Ventress, thank you very much, bro. 13 months, man. 13 months. Absolute superstar. Cheers, brother. And Lalil04016, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. You've just witnessed a grown-ass man eating a dog treat. So, you know, each to their own, right? Each to their own. Sir Mortarian! They're getting their sub on it as well. Getting all the subs tonight. This is great. Cheers, guys. Right, we're trying the bright neutral grey out now. Let's see what the deal is with this. This looks a little bit more like Celestra grey than Administratum grey. but you know, we'll go for it. We'll see what it's like. Give that a good mix. And we're definitely going to be hitting this with a solid go over with that transparent black. So purple is what we're looking for the carapaces and stuff. I'd rather go purple than lilac, so I want to keep it nice and dark. This could be fun. Right, let's start building up some actual highlight areas with this. So now instead of doing all over, just a straight top-down Zenithal, so we're going to come in and start actually picking out elements that we want to have this highlight on. So we're leaving, for instance, that middle section there to let that darken down and chill out. Got 8 suggestions for bases so far. Okay, give us a list. Think Soggy Biscuit. No, because I'm guessing Soggy Biscuit doesn't have the same connotation to you that it might have to certain others. Unless it is, in which case no. no, not Soggy Biscuit. Right, okay. I think everyone knows what Soggy Biscuit is, but I don't know anyone that ever played it. I don't even know if it was really a thing. Does anyone know anyone that ever played Soggy Biscuit? And for those of you that are juvenile enough to not know what that means, this was a game that was allegedly played by people growing up. Like I said, I never heard of anyone actually play this, so I don't know if this is true or not. But enough people know of the game that perhaps somebody has. Essentially, you get a bunch of lads all in a room together and a plate of biscuits. And they all, let's just say, enjoy themselves vigorously. And the one that takes the longest to enjoy themselves has to eat the plate of biscuits that is soggy for some reason at that point. So I don't know of anyone that actually played that. And there's no way on God's green earth I'd ever agree to play that. If not for the only reason that I imagine I'd probably have to take a little bit longer reaching if I was in a room full of blokes all making noises. That would probably put me off my stroke a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know anyone that ever played that. Or certainly I don't know anyone that ever admitted to playing that. Just white. Exactly, just white. That's the cookie game, says Meaty Hooks. He's like, oh, I play that game a lot. I play that game solo. Very well explained. I thought I was pretty good. I was a state champion in that game. Oh, good God. Meaty Hooks. I am never shaking your hand if we meet, alright? Is this like hairy hooks, hairy palms? Mate, my stream has the adult content warning for a great many reasons, most of which should be plainly obvious. I'm never going to filter myself. Ever. And so I'll just basically allow people the choice of whether they join the stream or not based on that potentially adult content warning right at the start. I know it hurts the amount of viewers we get. And so on. But it wouldn't be me otherwise. So you know. Mate, some of your jokes are just terrible. It's not that they're necessary. Sometimes it gets hard being so good at something. Oh, dear Lord. Bad choice of words there as well, pal. Sounds like fond memories more than anything else. He sat there going, memories. Oh, that was Tuesday. So you can see we're starting to get a nice little gradient, light to dark. Most of this you won't see at all, but we're doing it anyway. So purple and then orange. So first things we're going to need to work out is if we're going to do orangey gold as trim, that could be fun. That's a lot of non-metallic metal gold. And that's fine, I don't mind painting NMM gold. And we can definitely work up an orangey version of our NMM gold. We could do some orange check marks, that could be fun. I say fun as if I mean fun. I mean, it could look cool, it won't be fun. Right, all of this section is in shadow apart from some of this vent or whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, I could do some checks. If I'm married, there's anywhere if he licks his lips, I was thinking about it. Dinner is finally cleaned up now. It's hobby time. There's too many sprues. Did you enjoy your biscuits? There's like, I was about to open a nice pack of biscuits, but I've had to go and get some hand cream first. Frog Lane, good for you for eating that dog biscuit, mate. You followed through, and you might do later on as well. You made a promise to your stream, and you kept it. I like it. This bit might end up being black. Hence this. It might not be, but we may as well just do that part. Especially if I'm doing non-metallic metal trim, like I can't be asked to paint that, so. It's barbecue hunter's chicken. Nice. Nice. Why does chicken hunt barbecues? Let's start the stream. He's another pack of ProAcryl paints. We've got all 3 of their expansion sets, but still didn't buy the metallics. I nearly did. I'm not gonna lie. I nearly just caved in and bought them because the thought of painting one of these knights without metallic paint is daunting. It really is. Like that's not something I would normally do. But I figured, why not? Let's keep it going. Let's still push these paints to the limit that I can take them to. See what we can do. So we got their expansion set 2 and 3. Sorry, 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 3 are more acrylic pigments. To be fair, they all are acrylic pigments, but I mean like normal paints. And set 2 is their set of transparent paints, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm going to be using one of those in a minute as kind of an all-over wash on this to knock back some of this to a bit more of a black. He's currently doing a cooking course in college, so lockdown is cooking something different each day. Nice, man. That's good. Hunter's chicken is just one of those meals that is just comfort food, isn't it? Yeah, it's barbecue, chicken, bacon, and cheese. What's not to love about any of these things? So, you know, can't be mad on that. That's just decent food. can see we're still just picking up some of those areas that we want to get a little brighter, so we're working some of the edges of the feet, for instance, this little support, the ankle, and we've got these little stabilizers and so on to pick up. It's all fun and games till someone loses at Soggy Biscuit, never again though. Those Twitch badges, they will be done by the end of the month. I did promise that. It's not the end of the month yet. I've got time. I've got 2 little projects to do tomorrow. My list of jobs for tomorrow is go to the post office and post some stuff and things. And then once that's done, to assemble the rest of... Where have they gone? We are most of the way through some Cataphren robots, as you can see. We need to assemble the rest of those, Belisarius Call and Khan. And then that's it. That's my list of jobs done for the day. So after that, my day is free to do with as I see fit. I have no lessons tomorrow evening, which is nice. Get a Friday evening off. And so we're going to piss around with Photoshop and Premiere Pro. Just try and create a short 30-second movie for the Silent King for his Instagram reveal. Just because I think it would look completely badass to have loads of shots of him, because he looks fucking sick to something kind of rocky and aggressive, so, you know. Oh, Tilt. Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. I haven't practiced my sorry face in a while, so, you know, apologies. We clearly need some Afro airbrushing badges. Absolutely, mate. Head putting armor together, the legs are a nightmare for mold lines, little cylinder things. Yeah, they're not fun, but none of it's fun. I hate assembly. Mum gave me a Christmas biscuit today, and eat that question. Tasted like car wash. She gave one to the dog and just laughed at me. Nice, nice. One of the guys that I know from my local runs a phone shop, and he went up to one of the girls there and said, "You know beef jerky?" She was like, "Yeah." Right. They've started making duck jerky now. It's really nice. Do you want some? And gave her this packet, and he sort of held on to the packet, and she took a bit and she ate it. It's like, yeah, it's quite nice, I guess. It's not really my thing, but it's nice. He was feeding the dried duck cat treats. Humans, so easy to fool, you know. Not sure it's just my luck, one of those days, but all it's about a guy in a dog biscuit. I talk for my days. Spent 7 hours digging out a compacted soil pipe in the snow. The cold this guy's to smell it all, and he ended up with the fact that because you're clowning around in. Yeah. Mate, I've worked on an open sewer line before with my dad, plumbing in somebody's extension. No, you stop being sick after the first morning. There's nothing else left, and the smell is horrible, but it stops getting to you so much. But it's the worst thing is that you don't feel clean for about a week, because even 2-3 days later, you can still just get a faint whiff of basically piss and shit. Merc, what up, dude? Going well. We're continuing our ProAcryl road test. We're working on some black metal. It's a shit job, but someone's got to do it. That's absolutely right, bro. So we're trying to do a bit of an emulation of the black blue that I like to do. This is not even close, if I'm honest. So the ProAcryl set so far, and that is speckling ever so slightly. So let's drop some water in here. Good mix. Your dad accidentally ate a can of Apollo dog food in the fridge. Roommates at the refrigerated the shit for the dogs. Why? Why? I mean, that's one way to go. I've eaten dog biscuits before. Because I think everyone's at least tried one. It wasn't horrible. It was like those dry biscuits. I think the smell of the canned dog food that I've seen would probably put me off though. But I suppose if it's refrigerated, it doesn't smell as much, and so, you know. But not I. Well, I mean, aren't you better than all of us? We're doing well, dude. Have you ever eaten dog food? That seems to be the current topic of conversation. Also, what what basing scheme do you want Khan the Betrayer to be done up in? So let's get some extra suggestions. Des, if you can give us the list of 8 that you said you've currently got. Exclamation point gift for anyone that wasn't here earlier on. We are giving away Khan the Betrayer on Tuesday. Stream is starting at 4. I'm going to take this bad boy and paint him up. We have a choice of colour schemes. This is what we're voting on at the moment. Everything we do like this is done as a community. End of the day, this mini is for you guys, not for me. So I want you guys as a whole to be happy with it. Got the votes. Use them. So go and vote for how you would like the colour scheme to be painted. Vote option 1 if you want the traditional pre-heresy white and blue. Then we have option 2 for red and brass, and I believe the final option, I think I've got these the right way around, is some version of the two combined. So it'll be fun. So we got red marble, skulls and blood, beach, Xenos planet, lava, icy, river blood, warp theme. Yeah, the mix-up is very close. There's a lot to play for. Currently 5 or 6 votes in it. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. There's 78 people in the stream. Currently, we had 55 votes in on this. So if you're here and you're just lurking, it's okay. You can stay lurking. Just press the button, go and do the stuff and things. Let's see what we get. Remember, one of you guys that's a subscriber, and let's be honest, almost everyone in the stream is a subscriber, is going to win this. It's going to be yours. I'm not keeping it. It's not going to be mine. So, now's the time, everyone. Don't put numbers in the stream. Click on the link and go and vote in there. Rifcan and Drippins. Head on over to the straw poll. Press the button. Tell it what you want it to do. And then, after we've decided this, probably at the end of the stream, because that still gives us Saturday stream and Sunday stream to come up with how we want the basing to be done. Xenos Planet seems extremely vague. Xenos Planet sounds great, but what do you envisage when you think Xenos Planet? Because somebody might be sat there thinking, oh, well, I think like lush verdant jungles because catachans. And somebody else may be like, well, I think desert. And so Xenos Planet is basically pick any of the other ones apart from Warp Theme and go for it. But even Warp Theme's kind of on the table. Plendathu is an ugly planet, a bug planet. Would you like to know more? I haven't watched Starship Troopers for many years now. probably for the best, because that movie was mostly awful. It was great by being awful. Alright, not loving how this is turning out. This is just becoming very, very pale. Hasn't got any of the vibrancy from that blue coming in, so I'm really hoping when we get the transparent black over the top of this, that helps it out a lot. If not, we've got a lot of washing to do. And that's fine if that's how it turns out, but so far, coal black, good. Blue black, not so good. Not so good. Crownblade, what up? Have you seen the anime versions there? No, I don't really watch cartoon. I just triggered like 12 people. No, I haven't watched a lot of anime. There's a few things that I've watched and enjoyed, but it's not that it doesn't interest me, it's just I don't necessarily go to that as my thing to watch when I'm bored. I've been told I need to watch the 2020 film with Samuel L. Jackson in it. It's the sort of Black Mirror inspired or directed film on Netflix. I've been told that's quite good, so I might watch that tomorrow. Or alternatively, Wonder Woman just got released. I can get that on Amazon to rent. Quite happily have seen that at the movies, so could give that a watch. If nothing else, I mean, the movie could be shit. It doesn't really matter. I can stare at Gal Gadot for several hours without getting bored. I didn't watch any of the sequels of Starship Troopers. I didn't realise Starship had non-live action movies. Binged it, was pretty happy with my waste of time. Fair. WandaVision coming tomorrow. Oh, nice. Nice. Matter, look, I don't need to be enthralled when I watch a movie. I just need to be entertained, which is how I've seen all of the Fast and Furious films many, many times. That's all I need is a couple of hours of entertainment. Unfortunately, the DC films are, as a rule of thumb, pretty terrible. Anything that doesn't have Henry Cavill in it that they produce, I've thought has been pretty lackluster. The Batman Begins films, they were okay, but they weren't great at all. I really liked Man of Steel. I thought that was good. Quite like Justice League, if I'm honest, because it was entertaining. I thought Batfleck was decent. I did. Like, he played Batman from Dark Knight Returns, basically, really, really well. Older, beaten down, broken ass Batman. Yeah, that's solid. The whole Martha thing was just weird. Batman Begins okay, except for voice. Yep, exactly. 16 quid. Ooh. Might wait for an evening I can spend it with the missus and watch it together, perhaps then. Yeah, Bruce Wayne, billionaire, right? Can't buy a little thing to fit in his suit to change his voice. Yeah, I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. Again, like, he played the older, broken, can barely do his job anymore Batman really, really well. And played Bruce Wayne quite well. And normally you get one or the other, right? That's it. You don't normally get both. And sometimes you get neither. Val Kilmer and George Clooney, I'm looking right at you. Who put fucking nipples on the bat suit, for Christ's sake? He's not a blood angel. Yeah, so sometimes you get neither, but you normally get one that can play one version. Bale did okay at both, to be fair. Give him his absolute due. He did okay at both. But he wasn't great at either. Fun fact, Man of Steel had quite a bit of plagiarism. It's a lot of basically trying to fight scene from an anime called Burly the Mighty, which was side by side, same for more shots. Well, that sucks, but I'm also not surprised. I reckon they copied quite a lot of it from a comic book I once read called Superman. Weird alien dude that's basically invincible. I think they even copied his name. But yeah, stuff like that doesn't surprise me in the slightest bit, mate. It's Hollywood. That happens a lot. Let's see. Keaton. Michael Keaton. He was a brilliant Bruce Wayne and a decent Batman. I thought he was great. The villains in his films were also decent. I mean, Nicholson as the Joker was a little bit like... but okay. Keaton's coming back to a Batman film. But yeah, I thought he was really good. Right, let's check out this transparent black. So first thing I want to know is how thick this is. Mate, Tom Hardy's a short ass. They got him playing Bane, for fuck's sake. Tom Hardy's like 5'6" or something. Okay, that's not wash thin at all. That's quite thick, in fact. So we're still going to use Flow Improver for this. Kit will be part of the Flashpoint. Okay. Do the Flash with Ultimate Dimensions. Right, gotcha. So we're going to give this a go all over what we've just done. And the whole idea behind this is to test what this is like as a transparent paint. So we get on 1-to-1 with some Flow Improver, hoping that'll do the trick. And seeing how dark we can get this to go back to without obliterating any of the highlights we've just done. So we want to make all of this kind of fade into the background quite a bit, and we'll see how we get on with it. So let's go big or go home and start on the big boy. That is very speckly. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what this looks like when it dries. If this wipes out too much of what we've done, that's cool. We'll just have to do a little bit more in the way of brushed highlights. Like, this whole ProAcryl road test is all about seeing just what their paints are like, how they work, what do they do, what they say on the tin, and so on. And so far they've treated me pretty well. This is definitely not a wash, though. I can tell you that for nothing. Definitely not a wash. The fact it's going on and kind of... It's not really flowing to the recesses at all. I'm going to thin this a bit more. So adding a load of water to help that out. Get on there. Okay.
hoping we can preserve a fair bit of that blue. So this side here, this was kind of more what I was expecting when we started applying it. I thinned it down a bit. Maybe we'll get the results I was after. And we've got one leg that's very dark and in shadow, and this one that is very not. Underneath all this lot, all of that area from the underside at least to be very dark. Work in from the top a bit. So we'll grab the hairdryer in a second, dry this down and see just how much of that blue has been retained. Doesn't look like a lot. It's a shame, I was kind of hoping there'd be more, but again, it's kind of the point of testing all this out. Damn, we're running through this paint quickly though. That's just had more by volume on that than has gone on all of the bits we've worked on so far. And that was thinned with even more water as well. So, this bit's thirsty. The Comics and the Boys are better, but the TV show is awesome. I still haven't seen most of season 2. It must have finished by now, so we'll pick that up again very shortly. I started watching it, and then it was like the first 3 episodes, and I thought it was the whole series. And I don't like watching shows episodically. I prefer to watch the whole thing in one go. So I tend to forget small details from previous episodes, and that just annoys me. So now I can watch the whole thing. I understand why they do it. Like, it makes perfect sense business-wise. It was annoying. It was the first show that Amazon did it on. I know it's what Disney do, and it's a relatively common thing to do throughout like that section of business. It was irritating that it wasn't like, oh, by the way, you can watch the first 3 episodes on whatever day, and so on. Yeah, okay, so this is taking out quite a lot of the blue. Again, we'll wait for it to dry. We'll see what it looks like then, but I'm guessing this transparent black is much more like a contrast paint than like a wash. We'll see. Nearly done. Just got the shoulder joints and this little melter gun to do. And then we'll leave this all to cure, and we'll start working on our purple. So we've chosen, as a group, as a community, to do purple and orange accent colours, with purple being the main colour and orange being what we use for our actual accents over the black. So we're going to get some dark purple. We've actually now got a dark purple rather than having to make one. Remember, the colour that was just named purple is kind of pink, and I'm not in love with it. So we've got a lot to try and work out what we can do with. Evolution. We're working on a Armigas. This is the mystery box that was put in November and not chosen until December. So let's see what we're doing with the purple. So we've just finished all of the undersiding. I'm going to let that dry and cure. Push that out. Cheers. And then see how that goes once we've allowed that to happen. We're still working on what colours we're going to be painting Khan. So exclamation point gift go and have a look at the straw poll for that. Currently, the vote for the blue and white heresy scheme is up by 7. It's increasing its lead over the red and brass and blue and white version. So, I must admit, I was so slosh New Year's Eve I couldn't actually remember what I'd won. Brilliant. Brilliant. But you did remember you were a winner. That's the main thing. Okay, so we've got a dark purple we're going to try out with. Starting with that. We have a purple in this box. Except, I remember this purple, using it and thinking, that's pink, not purple. Even after it dries, it definitely feels a lot more magenta. So we might go from 1, not up using that. I don't know. We might end up just using light blues to help push it along. In fact, actually, that could be quite cool. We had some bright blue, that's grey blue, yes, sky blue. No, that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. We're going to go two-tone. And we'll do purple faded into jade. And anyone that's ever used color shift paints can basically suck it. Easy on this, difficult on these. The rest of that should be okay. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it, let's do it. Right, dark purple, and we need to pop the little thing on this. Brilliant. If you want to sell your winnings, Tilts, I'll sell it to somebody else for a £5. Do it that way. I don't mind. Cheap commission. We'll start the bidding at a £5 anyway, we'll work up. So it does turn out if you tap these a little bit more than just like a couple of quick taps, then you're okay. You get rid of most of that paint off the top. And that was the thing that was annoying me the most about these caps, so that's fine. Right, let's try this dark purple out. I'm going to give this a coat all over. That is a nice dark purple. Currently it's quite bright, but I assume, like everything else, this will dry much, much more dark and desaturated than it currently is. In a brief update on our skeletal structure for the night, it's actually working out okay. Like, this leg is pretty much black, let's be honest now. But by the time we thinned it with some water, that's kind of doing what I was hoping it was going to do. So it's come out okay. So, the next question is, do we want predominant purple or jade at the front? I reckon we want... purple at the front. Yeah. And we'll do some... checks or something like that on it. Big fat checks using the orange. That'll work quite well. Let's try this down. There's 2 benefits rating my left the other night, the one being that freestyle. Yeah, there was, man. The first finished mini in my collection won't even be painted by me. I'm not going to ship it until you show me a finished mini.
There you go. I reckon I've already finished more minis this year than some people have last year. Especially if you count the Silent King as, well, let's say 4. The 3 dudes and then the Dais. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Finished 12 minis this year so far with 14 days in. That's not bad. Right, that is dark, but it's not dark enough for my recesses. So once we've done all the purple, we'll work our shades up, and we'll come back afterwards. We'll just shade in some dark areas around the very, very, very start of it. So we're going to start with the purple. It'll be just down here, and then we'll work our jade in from the other side up and over, and we'll brighten that up as well. Some people painted 2 models last year. That's some going, bro. How do you keep yourself so busy? If it's any help, I haven't painted any of my own models this year. Everything has been for somebody else. Not me, but some people are fair. I want 30 goblins and 3 ogres. Not bad, Chimo. Not bad. I think Crazy Ank's probably already done 7 armies. You know. I want 2 McFarlanes and 3 Harlequins and a Rogue Idol. Nice. It's not bad. That McFarlane mini is still only 1 mini. Like, in the same way that I counted the Void Dragon as 1 mini. So... we were at 467 last year. That's how many we finished painting. 467. That's not a bad total for the year, I don't think. Alright, there we go. That's our purple base coat. We need to add a little bit more purple into this and then work up a bit. I've got a Chaos Knight, bright green with red trim. That sounds great. I'm not sure I can envisage that. I might have to see that till I can get that in my head. So, we were thinking about using this. We're going to give it a go with the purple and see how it pans out. But to me, that still isn't purple. Like, it's definitely not purple. So we'll just put a little in, and we're going to build up from there. That's right, Danny. You show how it's done. If this looks terrible, what I'm going to do, try dark violet. Oh, I don't think I must have it. That's a transparent one. No? No, we got faded plum, and to be honest, that looks even worse, to be honest. Well, that isn't good. Oh, that wasn't magenta. That was purple. It's just it's kind of magenta.
Yeah, we got nothing that's kind of close. So what I might do instead is do purple up through bright blue to jade. Into turquoise perhaps. So that's a good step change. The other option is, like I was saying, to go through sky blue with our purple, so work it up through blue, and then bring it down through jade into turquoise, which means that's the path. So we'll give this a go though. Morbid Minds, absolutely, bro. We've got our water on deck. Some of it's even got some rye in it. Love it when you come and visit though, man. No, I don't like that at all. That's dead to me. So yeah, this paint is pretty terrible. It's just not purple. That's pink, not purple. Like, that's purple. It's coming up a little bit blue on cam, but that's purple. I'm always happy that 3 Skater minis I got painted up. I feel that 1 needs some more colours, so I'm going to revisit them. Fair. We did some interesting work on a skeleton on the Indomitus Shield Captain. We did. Nice one, Snake. We'll get to that later in the stream. Looking forward to seeing it though, man, because it sounds like bright green and red makes me just think, no, I can't see it. But I'm sure you've done a good job with it. So we'll try the dark purple. With some sky blue. YouTube or Patreon for the vid. They'll all be on YouTube. That wasn't actually a YouTube or Patreon video. That was a Twitch stream. All the Twitch streams go to YouTube. Like directly after we finish a stream, we upload the video to YouTube. Every stream. And the whole point of that is that there's an archive. There's always a catalogue, that library of stuff. So you don't have to be a subscriber to watch the VODs, and they exist for longer than 60 days, because sometimes you're going to want to watch something I did last year. And, no bro, no tutorial for that, but maybe another time. Right, so purple's going to start here, work backwards, so let's come in from this side and start fuzzing that line out of it. So that's getting us into a lavender / lilac kind of colour. I'm going to start just feathering that out a touch. Looks a bit more like an ultramarine blue, almost, what we've got. Getting the feeling that these are going on with a little bit of texture, and that's why I'm just testing it on my glove. They're not. It just doesn't look as smooth as some of the stuff I'm used to. That's fine. Like I said, we're going to work from purple up through this, work it into our sky blue. That's going to then get us somewhere towards our jade colour that we're after. And we can move on from there pretty easily, I think, into that bright turquoise. Gumblina, that's gross. Don't say that you would or Desmond Fish will get excited. What, Ultramarines? Ultramarines are great. I don't understand everyone's issue with Ultramarines, other than the fact that they're on all the Games Workshop box art, and it's cool to hate the popular thing, right? I really like Ultramarines. I think as a parade ground looking army, they look fantastic. And I really, really like the Ultramarine Sergeants that have got the nice red helmets and stuff. They look fantastic on a tabletop. I've done so many Ultramarines that I can't help but have a bit of a soft spot for them because of the amount that I've done. Alright, this one's going to be a tough one to blend because we've got to get through all that colour in just that small space, but we'll manage somehow. It's a nice blue though. Lore around them on Calth is awesome. The Ultras lore, as in like who the Ultramarines are and what they do and the defense of the 500, was never really much of an interest to me. However, the heresy books that the Ultramarines get stuck in, they're brilliant. They're really, really good. I think Haystarvin had this blurb of Space Marines with... yeah, perhaps, but... honestly, mate, it's almost certainly because every box of Space Marines is Ultramarines. Every Space Marine release is an Ultramarine. Kato Sicarius and Matt Ward did not help at all. Matt Ward, who should be kicked in the testicles by the entirety of the Wii rugby team for crimes against Wargames. Yeah, just no. Right, I'm going to flush most of this through. We're going to come back in with that sky blue and give it one more pass, and then we're going to start getting our jade out. You start working that up into a solid colour before we end up hitting that turquoise. And the blue is just going to help us transition, I think, into that jade, as long as we keep it. Okay. If you don't know who Matt Ward is, then you can Google that. And also, if you weren't about, then you have absolutely no reason to worry about it. Gonna drop the jade into that mix as well. A little water. Yeah. I have probably 200 Space Marine transfer sheets, so I'm good for more than one Legion of Ultramarines right now. That's right, not chapter. Matt Ward was 5th ed, pretty much. Like, Grey Knight's got superpowered in 5th ed. Ultramarines got Marines got superpowered in 5th ed. So... Shut up, Des. Your chapter is so easy to freehand, and I have to paint bloody fists. What chapter are you doing? Are you doing Imperial Fists? Right. Using some really, really light passes with the airbrush to start building up this transition. This is the one that I'm slightly worried about. If we start getting too close into that turquoise, jade, teal set of colours from purple. There could be a break point in our transition where it just desaturates. Absolutely flat out goes grey. I'm pretty sure I can get past it without that happening by working into some of the contours on this. We've got these nice sets of quite easily accessible open areas. So I can add this too. And I'm thinking our check pattern's going to have to definitely go on the jade. Haven't left myself a lot of room for the purple. Now we can start building this up super bright. But again, got to work close around this area. Make sure it doesn't happen so much. That's looking cool so far. That's good. Is it your birthday yet? Miss half damage? No. That's Tuesday. That is Tuesday. GW transfer sheets are fine. Absolutely fine, mate, honestly. My birthday's on Tuesday. We are painting Khan for my birthday, and we still need to decide on the paint scheme for him. And if you've got any suggestions for how you'd like the basing done, pop them in the chat. Des is getting a list of them. I'll tell you what, Des, just chuck them to me in Discord at the end of the stream if you can. That'd be really good. If not, post them in the stream and I'll just watch it back on the VOD and I'll grab them from there. It's no issue. So how are you, Miss Half Damage? You may or may not have been given a shout out in my most recent YouTube video. Due out tomorrow. Oh, in fact, let's show you guys. So tomorrow morning at 10 a.m, less than 12 hours time, we're releasing 2 written guides on Patreon. How to do gold and how to do purple glow. So the Void Dragon, there you go. But on YouTube, especially point YouTube for a link. How to paint white, 3 colors, no airbrush. Bam. It's a super easy, super bright white. There's no real trick to it. It just takes time. You know, a couple of layers, that's it. But it's a really easy way of painting white. That's going to be on YouTube tomorrow morning. Anyone can watch that. If you haven't already subbed, please do. Trying to hit 1,000 by around end of April. Quite a way away. Probably got about 300 subscribers or so to go, so we're probably not going to get the chance. But if you've got something you need to paint white and you're struggling, that's definitely going to be a good resource for you. The white on that apothecary took me about 2 hours to do, which is a while. But when you're painting white, it's always going to be a process, and it's always going to take time. And that's fine as long as it's easy. And this is. It really is. For $12.75 you can get enough molded pauldrons for 10 necessors, 6 gravits and 2 transfer sheets. I have to pay £9 for half the plastic and no transfers. Yeah, you do get those good upgrade packs when you're a proper successor chapter, you know. They're not just box art chapter. To be honest though, I'd rather have the transfers or freehand it than have those like blocky molded pauldrons. I've never really liked them. Because if you get down to the scale of the mini, that pauldron that sticks out maybe a millimeter is actually stuck out like that far, and that makes no sense whatsoever to me. Miss Half Damage, enjoy your meeting. We'll see you in a bit. So yeah, not a big fan of those super fat, very thick molded shoulder pads. Can't get behind that. The other one, veterans, it's just a scale. If it was really thin, and they have the technology to do that, if it was really, really thin and a little bit of a fuck of the paint but kind of gave you the outline, I'd be so much more in favour of it. But unfortunately they're not. And so they get a solid 4 out of 10 from me. Alright, nearly finished on the blue. Then we'll start mixing up more of our jade and heading towards that turquoise. What we might do is work in the... In fact, let's switch it. No, can't switch it. It would look weird on stuff like this. But we've now got kind of a synthwavy looking set of night carapace bits. Not mad about that. That's fine though. We can definitely deal with this. Right, we are getting a little bit. What camera do you have for the overhead? The quality is insane. It should be, man. We're using a Panasonic Lumix GX85, which is a mirrorless digital camera. In fact, I mean, you can see it's a proper camera, not a web camera, which is what we've got for here. And that goes through a Elgato 4K 60 capture card, which means that while the camera is taking 4K video and it is putting it into the machine at 4K, we're then able to zoom in so that the picture this presents is actually most of my seated portion of my desk. I don't know if it said, no, G for golf. Sorry, it took me a second to work out what you were asking there. So we present a 1080p version of the 4K display that the camera gives, and that way we can get some really nice quality off of our shots for both the videos and of course the stream itself. It's expensive. All told, for the camera and the capture card, it was a little north of £700, but it is a solid investment. Solid investment. Toonie Sprue's building some Helverins. Excellent, man. You can be able to paint along with me soon enough then. I'd like to build more Helverins for myself. I'd even like to build a couple of Warglaives, but I'm still not sold on this mass Armiger list. Overhead died and one upgrade. Nice, man. It's a solid camera. The only downside to it, like real downside, is you can't ever get a fully clean display. But for me, because of what I'm doing, where I'm zooming in, I'm cropping out a lot of the outside of the image anyway, that makes absolutely no difference to me whatsoever. Really can't go into jade. We'll add a little of it to this, but we're going into turquoise. It's going to have to continue being bright. So add a little into that to help keep the power, help keep the vibrancy. And then let's pop in. Oh, good God. That's bright. It does dull down according to the swatch, but that is bright. When you're doing the chronothons, you know what scheme you're going to do? Thinking of painting along a bit? Yeah, man, same as the old scheme. It's all for the same army. You have seen them. They've been through the image gallery a little bit. It's the Kyberdyne Dynasty, my black, silver, and red Necrons. Love them. What is a Khorne Blood Throne? Is that a Sigmar thing? now we're heading into that turquoise colour. Some nice turquoise. Let me get a little bit onto these edges. We just come down the side, just hit those two areas we've got there. That is a good turquoise. I do want to go really bright with it towards the end though, so we might even pop out a little bit of ivory into it. This is all going to be dependent on getting our wash game to work to get this scheme on point though, because a lot of what we've done here looks pretty good, but we need all those details and that darker recesses happening for us, otherwise this is going to look pretty effing terrible. We've got to get all of that plugged back in. We need that contrast from it. And so because we're now going so bright with all of this, we need a dark colour for the trim, and I'm probably just going to do black for the trim. That will give us something that is going to stand out miles from all of this. And if we keep it black and do really minimal highlights, it will still just about stand out from this. That's got that, well, actually it doesn't look black blue at all anymore, it just looks black. Wow, it was doing so well and then it dried and gave me literally nothing left. Okay, here's what it is. Even this looks flat black. Never mind. Everyone's names have disappeared for you. I mean, how would you know? Like, how did you notice that? Do you mean the chat just disappeared, or? Yeah, a bit disappointed with that transparent black. It's not particularly transparent at all. Maybe we used that wrong. I do like the way these leg plates are working out though. Chat is there, posters names are not. Okay, that's a weird one. Probably just an issue you need to refresh to fix, but not sure. Blissy B, cheers for the follow. Also, it sounds like you were a streamer from what you were saying earlier on. What is it you stream, dude? Tony Spruce, you are definitely unforgettable at times. That's for sure. I tried that. Closed the app on iPad and phone and restarted. Cool. As a brush user, what you blend with an airbrush, it will take hours to get the result. Yep. I mean, I can get this result with a brush. It's not difficult to do this with a brush. It takes time. That's all. It takes significantly less time using this, which is why we use it and love it. Airbrushes are amazing. Honestly, if you don't have an airbrush and you have the room for one, and you have a hobby space that you can use one in, and you don't have to worry about waking the missus up, and you know, whatever other like obligations you may have to fulfill. If you can do all of that, hit all those boxes, get an airbrush. Don't do it after the night's done. Get an airbrush to do the nights. That's the way around that goes. Alright, Des. Well, that sucks. But stuff like that is massively outside of my control. But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Fiance is an airbrush uses for making ears and tails for cosplay stuff. Oh, cute. My other half's got one she uses for cake decoration. So, I know people use them for makeup and like whatever else. It's not just for mini painting. But honestly, airbrushes are one of those things that stop buying minis for a minute. And let's be honest now, GW are having some slight supply issues right now, so it's not even necessarily get everything you actually want. Daddy Tubbs from Amazon, do a search for airbrush tank and compressor, because for a novice, having a tank is useful. And just keep looking around till you get one with a gravity-fed double action airbrush and a few bits of like cleaning supplies. You can probably pick up a deal on Amazon for most of that for 100 quid, an extra 30 quid worth of cleaning stuff, and things like this little airbrush cup and so on, and you're done. It's not expensive. My setup and my airbrush are expensive. Getting into airbrushing is not expensive. You can be a baller on a budget really easily. But to get everything that I currently own for the airbrush, including all the cleaning stuff, you're probably looking at about £450 because I have some really high-end gear. The Iowata Eclipse is a professional quality airbrush for airbrush artists, not just mini painters, but people that do things like your motorbike fuel tanks and stuff like that with flaming skulls and all these wonderful, wonderful things, right? This is the sort of thing that you can use for that, which requires a fairly large amount of precision. It's not the best tool for that. There are better tools for that kind of airbrush work, but it's a damn good tool. But for a starter package, which is what I started with, I got a cheap, shitty, Chinese-made airbrush, and I learned how to paint with that. I painted 3 armies before I felt comfortable with it. My first army qualified for No Retreat 5. That's a hell of an achievement, getting an army to No Retreat. So, Janelle saying, got my Eclipse the other day, opened it, just holding it feels awesome. I hear that a lot. 450 quid, you'll be as good as me. In your own mind, you'll be exactly as good as me. That's all that matters. But the Eclipse is where it's at, honestly. They'll be brought in by the Badgers and all these things, you know, they're decent, but they're not able to handle acrylic paint as well as they reckon. Honestly, the Eclipse is everything. It's the best airbrush. It's a lot easier to use than your sort of Mr. China style airbrush because it's so much more responsive. You get a lot more out of your trigger pulls, a lot more accuracy and so on. HJ, birthday is Tuesday. Didn't we just do your birthday? Risha, you're going to catch up to me. I've only had one a year. The stream birthday was last April. So no other birthdays. Yes, to Spruce, we'll have to make that phone call a quick one. But either that or just make a claim through eBay, you know. Lies? How dare you accuse me of lies? Not sure if slander or liable in Twitch chat. It's one of the two or both. Right, that's looking okay. So we've got a nice purple to turquoise fade on our armor panels. This guy's going to be looking bright as fuck, which is great because the rest of him looks super dull. If I'm honest, we might just break out the metallics and fuck this off because that transparent black has really done me over. Sequel Dark Main, everyone should have 2 birthdays like the Queen. Well, we have the stream birthday and my birthday. I feel that definitely qualifies as 2 separate birthdays. And yeah, I'm going to break out metallics. All of this, you saw how bright that was earlier on. Now it's just matte black. That transparent paint absolutely killed it. Took everything away. But rather than going with silver, which is what we would normally do, we're going to go with a really dark copper, I think would be a good bet. So, reaching in, we're grabbing some of that. And some of this. Now you can probably barely see what that is. This is Deathless Metal from P3. And it is a really, really dark metallic brown. And we'll hit all of the main body with this. Same for the guns and the sword. Basically everything we did earlier on that we're now redoing because transparent black is just a dick. Oh, really runny nose. Oh, excuse me. Boxes of stuff flying as well. Right, Deathless Metal. I use this probably once a year or so give it a damn good shake. This a good all over coat. As long as we can get this all down tonight, and then we'll be sort of back on track. We need to get a wash put through the airbrush as well for this too. That's fine. We'll be okay. All that lot out of the way. That's super bright, super vivid. We don't want to get any of this on there. And then let's spray. Shame about this. I was really going to hope to use just the P3 paints, but just not in a place to start that all over again. Try and find other ways we can test that transparent paint line. I might just have a chat to Jason and find out how he recommends that they're used, because we'll assume to begin with that I fucked up and I did the wrong thing. It's the most likely scenario. Don't forget as well, while you're watching me paint something I literally painted first thing in the stream, exclamation point gift, go and get your ideas in for how you would like Khan painted out of the 3 options that we've got. We have old school, white and blue, new school, red and brass, and then a mixture of the 2, some kind of weird blue, brass, red, white combo. Doesn't ProAcryl have the type paints? They do, but I didn't buy them. I'd find it very difficult to believe that their metallics completely outclass the ones that I've got. To the point where I wouldn't use the ones that I've got. And B, I still wanted to be... I didn't want to take the easy option of basically doing exactly this, right? The issue is, I didn't want to cheat, basically, by doing exactly this. However, things haven't gone to plan, and really I want the giveaway minis to be done in 3 streams or less. We are halfway through the month. We spent 5 streams on the Minotaur doing our ProAcryl road test. I appreciate we're probably going to end up spending a little bit more than 3 streams on this mini as well. But I need to keep those cut down. The reason behind that is, it's not being selfish, it's not me not caring. But the more time I spend doing the giveaway minis, the less time I'm spending doing commissions. And that's now my job. So, need to be sure that we're putting commissions first when we can. Welcome back. Hope your meeting was alright. So we're going to use this, get a solid base coat all over. Then we'll start bringing this up a little bit with the copper. This is going to go quite well against the blue, purple, teal that we've just done, I think. We'll do black armor trim on all of that rather than metallic. It'll look pretty cool. I'd like to show you like those 2 together. They're going to look alright. They look pretty damn good. So... JC! Yo, bro, how you doing? Wonder if you've managed to get over your painting slump. Yeah. Managed to get your mojo back? If you have, I'd love to see what you worked on, man. Yeah, we'll work this up with some copper and then maybe a little bit of a bright gold. Like a really bright gold. Do you know, I made little sounds. Currently painting it while finishing my Alaris Terminator. It's nice. How many months have you been streaming now? It'll be 2 years on the 25th of April. So getting close to that mark. I'm going to do, by the end of this month, you will have some badges. I don't know how many badges I get, but I know we're going to need some 2-year badges pretty fucking soon. So we'll definitely do 1 year, 2 year, and then we'll see how many we get that we can then do extra work for. Alright, last bit of spray. Good enough. Let's hit these sections as well. Need a 2-year badge. You're going to need a 2-year badge very soon. Badges we can sew on our Cub Scout jumpers. You could print it out and sew it on there if you like. Yeah. I mean, it'll be a digital badge. And so you could do some kind of print out. You know, you'd be alright. Sounds like you might need to get an adult to help supervise you with the scissors to cut it out. But you'll get there, bro. You'll be okay. Get those plastic handled safety scissors on the go. Here we go. We need some 2-year celebration bottles of mead. I'm down. I can't provide them. If somebody would like to provide them, I'm okay with it. Finished off the last of a bottle of cherry mead the other night. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Biome, exactly. Yeah, Biome. More like whiskey. I'm way ahead of you. It's alright, dude. I've got many hookups for mead. Don't you worry. But thank you. I don't drink it very often. Because it's very easy to get to the bottom of a bottle of mead. Very easy. It's like Pringles once you pop, you know? And so we basically just don't. Right, this is that copper from Vallejo Model Air. This is a great colour. Like that's got some definite pop to it, right? We're coming on with this like a really tight zenithal, so we're probably working about 30 degrees below the vertical, because we'll do this on this coat, and on the following pass we'll start mixing some of that bright gold, and I'll probably use the elf gold. That's when we'll start picking out smaller areas and really just hitting some of those. But for now, all I want is some nice shadows. You see, super dark here. Going through those mid-tones up to a nice bright coppery finish. I've got a mead making kit for Christmas. Never had it before. What would you recommend flavor-wise? Cherry. Definitely cherry. Tilts, take care, mate. Might just buy a void drain and put a gypsum in place. Can't get stuff to stay on this wire. Prime it. Paint it black. It's probably got some like coating on it that's like anti-stick or something. So get a couple of coats of primer down through it. No, I know what you mean. But prime it, and then stuff will stick to the primer. But orange works well too. I'll have to try cherry. Cherry mead is my favourite. I bought an expensive bottle of... I say expensive, it wasn't really expensive. But I bought a more expensive bottle of it than I would normally drink for Christmas for me and my other half, called Viking's Blood. And it was very weak in terms of alcohol, which suits her because she doesn't drink very much at all. At about 6% rather than around the 11 or 12 that you'd normally find mead at. But it was really, really tasty. And the mead that my housemate and I normally will buy, their cherry mead is absolutely smashing. Like black cherry mead is great. Strongly recommend. I got mine off the internet. In fact, I think I got it off Amazon. So, just been pitching a whip section on Discord. Picture finished up, but couldn't see where else to post them. Supplies in the wrong section. That's fine, dude. That's fine. As long as there's no more than 3. And we try and keep it to that, just so we're giving everyone a chance to show off their work. Right, now because of this, we've got so much more to play with inside Shadows. We're coming from a real steep angle. Just helping to get some of those contrasts in there. In a minute, like I said, we'll grab some of that brighter gold. Get that all through. And make some of these bits pop. Cheat around here a little bit just to try and get those contrasts on the leg, but now we've got a real nice coppery finish to this. Want to retain that kind of tone, that kind of reddish metal. That's why we use that deathless metal for our base coat. So we're going to be really selective with where we put in that gold. Knowing the basic flavour of Coke. Brilliant. I don't know. It's alright, man. We might sort of move over one or some a little bit more rapidly than others, perhaps. But we try and keep it at 3, only because I want to show off everyone's work. Sorry. But I want to show off everyone's work. And it's very easy to upload quite a lot of photos, and you know, you monopolising the time a little bit. I just think that's unfair. But don't worry, we'll work through it, so it's fine. Right, Alpha Gold. This stuff I really hate. This is one of Scale's actually worst metallics. Not a fan of this stuff at all. It goes on really thin, which is very unlike most Scale paints. And it takes about 75 coats to get a solid finish on. But when you get that many coats on, you can literally see reflections in this. Like legit reflections. So there's that part of it. But we're just using this mixed in with some of that copper to brighten the copper a little bit, whilst hopefully still retaining that nice reddish, obviously coppery tone. Not every company, every company will not give you a flawless paint line. And I can't think of any company, in fact, that will. There's going to be some that are good and some that are bad. This is one of their ones that are bad. Right. So we're just going to use this to just pop up a couple of highlights here and there. We're testing it out on something like this that's going to be pretty much hidden, and you can see straight away. Nice little highlight for that. Cracking. So rather than doing a Zenithal all over now, we're sort of picking elements. So if we do the end of the melter gun, then leave this little darker section in between. come in and hit some of these sections in turn. Just pop those out. Will help get that separation. We'll get a little bit more contrast. That generates interest. That's exactly what we want. We look at the difference between the one that we've done and the one that we haven't out of those. Yeah. Very steampunk feel of the bronze. Absolutely. Now if we put this, your scale paint is that was Oro Elfico, or Elf Gold. Put this next to this. Look at that. Yeah, that's a fantastic colour change, isn't it? So steampunk meets synthwave. It's kind of what we randomly ended up on. Why the hell not? Matty! How you doing, dude? Thank you for the raid. Matt Yee, what up, bro? How is your stream? Umberness, how you doing? Everyone, there's a link to follow Matt. I'm pretty sure I do, but I'm just going to double check. Yeah, I thought I did. Awesome, man. How's your stream? What were you up to, bro? Thanks again for the raid. We are currently repainting the skeletal structure and weapons of an Armiga Warglaive, which is one of the giveaways that we did last month. Originally, we were going to do everything non-metallic metal, but the paint that I'm using, I'm trying to keep everything in the ProAcryl paint range. It didn't work. It actually really, yeah, it shit the bed. I think I didn't understand how to use their transparent paints properly. So the plan I had went completely wrong. So we need to do a bit more research in how they are meant to function. We'll see. We'll see. So currently no non-metallic metal because that all went to shit. Instead we're using some true metallic metals from not the ProAcryl paint range, which wasn't the plan, but adapt, overcome, devour. Wait, no, wrong one. That's Tyranids. We'll find a way. We've got a very, very cool color scheme though. So this is our like all the skeletal part, all the metal superstructure of our knight. This is what we're using for the armor panels. So we've got purple down the bottom, faded up through blue into a beautifully bright turquoise. You want to change the stream title, but I'm sure it's not a big deal. Stream title should be Amiga Part 1 ProAcryl Road Test. That's what I set it as. Warglaive Part 1 ProAcryl Road Test. Yeah. We still used nothing but ProAcryl on all of this. And we started off using ProAcryl on this. It just didn't work. The superstructure, the underside, is the only thing that we won't use ProAcryl on though. That's it. Everything else, all going to be that ProAcryl. That is a beautiful, nice coppery chestnut though. Did test it. Definitely did test it. Turns out the experiment, the test, was not the right test. It was no good. Everything went wrong. Right, just the main body to do now. So, loads and loads and loads of points of interest on this guy. Start popping in some of these highlights around the feet. And we'll work upwards. I'm going to get a wash put on this guy before we go into the whip. We've got about 10 minutes before we go into the whip. So exclamation point whip or exclamation point Discord. Come and join in the server there. There's about 500 people on the Discord server and a relatively active community as well. You guys are pretty damn good over there. Lots of chats. Even in the Patreon areas actually. So that's cool too. Come and join in. Post a picture of some work that you've been working on. No more than 3 pics per person. Otherwise, I feel bad about skipping over stuff. So, you know. Best way of dusting your models with a soft brush or an airbrush. Honestly, airbrush is a really good way. Make sure there's nothing in it, not even water. And just use that as a air duster. Who needs cans of spray air when you've got this? Kind of real nice. Yeah, liking this a lot. We're gonna end up spraying this with a wash. Probably gonna use strong tone. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a little bit of gloss varnish, some thinner, and the strong tone all together to help keep this super shiny. Yeah, we can use strong tone on this. I was going to say we can't use it because it's not ProAcryl, but then I realised that at this point, for this kind of thing, we're well past that, and I'm not using one of their transparent paints again. Not till I work out what the fuck those things are meant to be for. Because it's certainly not just random, everyday washes. Even thinned with both water and flow improver. That was powerful enough to completely wipe out all the work that we'd done before. So they can't be for just that purpose. Anyone here used any of the ProAcryl transparent line and know what the deal is? Right. If anyone's got any bits of lowdown, some info on how that shit works, I'd love to hear it, because clearly it's not a wash. It's definitely even way beyond sort of Citadel's contrast paint's wildest dreams. So I'm kind of stumped on it. I think when they say transparent, it means not totally opaque. I mean, that would be translucent, and so I expected it to be more, you put it on and most of what is there shows through. Obviously, I appreciate there's no such thing as transparent paint, because that would be pigment-free paint that leaves a medium that has absolutely no residue, no visible change whatsoever. So I know that doesn't exist, but I kind of expected much more visibility through to previous passes, a lot less opacity than I got. So it's very surprising. Basically, this was predominantly sort of a mixture of that and that, and it absolutely got rid of all of those paint, all of that paint. You couldn't see any difference to how it was when it started the stream as black primer, and that was after we thinned it 1:1:1 with flow improver and water as well. Right, just another quick flush through, and then we've got some pre-mixed varnish and thinner we're going to use, along with some strong tone from the Army Painter and a little bit of dark tone. So we've got a lot of mix to put in here now. This is
is just going to get into all those recesses. The gloss is going to help break up the surface tension. No, the playlist is actually a closely guarded secret. It's all a load of royalty-free music that I have curated and basically play while the stream goes on. Transparent ones are meant to be like inks. They definitely feel a lot more like an acrylic ink than a paint, aside from how thick they are. So even inks that are non-opaque, which is how they describe their transparent inks, is normally non-opaque and opaque. Even at that point, it's usually very, very, very powerful. This felt a little bit more like I was airbrushing contrast paint. Again, I think that I even misunderstood it. I don't think it's a fault of the product. I think it's a fault of the person using it, i.e. me. Right, let's give this a good going over with this. This will get into some of those recesses. It's also got a gloss varnish in it as well. So I'll help keep everything nice and shiny whilst also tinting it. So we're going to retain a lot of this metallic sheen. If we're going to use metals, let's go ham and use metals. Let's keep them super bright and really in your face, because we know the rest of the ProAcryl stuff very, very, very matte. And we can use that to our advantage and get a good set of differences between these two elements of the model. Definitely wear a mask while doing this shit at home, guys. Anytime I don't wear a mask is when we're on stream. Otherwise, I've got a full face respirator that I wear. Certainly when you're using any kind of polyurethane gloss, strongly recommend. But anyway, exclamation point gift, not that you can read that anymore, for anyone that's turned up late, either as part of that raid perhaps from Matt Yee, or just got here late. We are giving away Khan the Betrayer on Tuesday night. To be painted over the course of about 8 hours by myself. It's my birthday and I prefer to give than to receive. So we are going to give that away. I'm going to paint it on stream. And the link that you'll find in that command will give you a straw poll where you can vote on how you would like it painted. It's either going to be blue and white, the old school classic colors of the World Eaters Legion, the red and brass new school version, or some kind of amalgamation of the two of them. So your chance to get that vote in. One of you guys will be winning this. It's going to go to a subscriber at the end of that stream. So good luck to all of you. My 5th display cabinet arrives tomorrow. Any more on my front will look like Warhammer World. Fair. I, at some point this year, want to redo this. I'm going to keep the display cabinet, obviously, but I'm thinking another couple would be good. And then try and get the shelves either mounted above or a slimmer set of shelves with better laid out storage, maybe move some of this around. I don't know. But more display cabinets is definitely on the list. Good birthday Tuesday, mine's Monday. Hey, happy days. Des, nice. Nice. Right, so here is Khan. He's going to be given away on Tuesday. On the last stream of the month, which I believe is the 31st. Let me double check the calendar. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, Sunday the 31st. We have already found out the first of our giveaway minis. Gorzag, Git Stomper, and Nick It. This is one of the giveaway choices that you have. The other one is currently being voted on by the Patreon members that are video viewer or higher. So if you're on Discord, head on over to the Patreon part of it, if you've got access. and vote on which one of the minis I put in there you'd like to see given away. But that's going to be revealed on Sunday as well. And then, of course, we will have exclamation point mystery, the mystery box. And this time it's a brand new set of things going in the box. The armor girl was in there. That's being taken. There's that superstructure. Here is the very bright, very vibrant looking set of armor panels that we've got for this dude. He's going to look great when he's done. So there's that going on towards the end of the month. Remember, tomorrow, this week's Patreon written guides, which were all about the Void Dragon, how to paint the gold and how to paint the glow. This was part 3. Will be uploaded. So here is said Void Dragon. If you want to be able to paint gold exactly like this, and if you want to have a quick crash course on how to paint a little bit of OSL, then definitely that's a good video to check out. That the same techniques used on him are how we painted the Silent King as well. So all of the things, the elements you see here, the blackstone, the gold, the purple, every part of this, you'll be able to find a video guide on how to do that, either on YouTube, Patreon, or a written guide, all on Patreon. So there's that as well. Also, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m, we do, of course, have our weekly YouTube video coming out, and it is how to paint white using just 3 colors and no airbrush. Easy way of painting white. 3 easily obtainable colors and just a brush. Super, super simple. For now, though, let's go into the whip. Ignore Des because he's being a very naughty boy. And JC, that's way too much. Here we go. So here's tonight's whip. That was before the streams, X. Mr. Enigma. Right, tried to add more detail, weathering, and even attempted freehand on the armor. This is one of his Blood Bowl orcs. I like how he's got grazed elbows. That's cool. Is one of them white? You'll have to watch the video tomorrow and find out, won't you? Two out of 3 of them are Games Workshop paints. Yeah, I like that. Nice bit of scratched elbow. He's looking good, dude. Certainly getting a bit more detail in there. Liking that skin tone. Keep it up. Oh, I see the freehand, the little the dags on the armor. Nice. Nice. Maybe you would have gone with red or something for those instead. Because you've got a lot of that kind of browny beige sort of colour. That kind of tan on the miniature anyway. And so just finding a spot colour to really lift it up for that would have been probably my way of doing it. Like dags. Yeah. I like caravans more. Adventures in oil paint continue. This time without doing any underpainting with acrylic inks, less brush strokes and chunkiness, but definitely not smooth. Goal is passable tabletop quality, still a ways to go. Okay, so this is just oils. It is, isn't it? I still don't feel this is the right medium. Like 28mm is, I don't think, the right way. At least chunky brushstrokes can look intentional on a power sword. That's not my bag, dude. I can't back it. It's very different to my style, though. We both know that, we both understand that. You'd be hard pressed to spot a single brush stroke on anything I've done that wasn't designed to be standing out, like wear and tear or stippling and things like that. Because I'm always after those nice smooth blends and gradients and so on. So stuff like this isn't what I'm after. I think you'd be better off. JC, don't worry, bro. Don't worry. We'll have to skip a few just to make sure everyone can get their stuff on screen. But I appreciate you sharing stuff, mate. That's the main thing. Thank you. So yeah, the sword I'm not a fan of. The armor looks okay. The armor looks okay. It really does. I'd probably leave it all to dry and then come in and just do some edge highlights. But good luck, dude. I hope you have fun with it at least. Chimo, been painting this Ogre Tyrant, did some OSL on the potion, might add a bit of yellow. I'm guessing the potion's on his back. He looks cool, good skin tone. Really good skin tone. I like a little addition of blue. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. There we go. Might add some yellow, he says. I would, but you're going to need to brighten the potion significantly if you add yellow to your OSL. Remember, whenever you do any kind of object source lighting, the brightest part of it has to be the thing itself. You know, the light bulb, the candle, the magical bullshit. That has to be the brightest thing. That casts its light out onto other things. Mr. Enigma, you can't throw stuff in the whip and I'm like, chance it and come back late. Nah, bro. Basically, look good, do your dags in red to really short form your feedback. But I like it. The glow is decent. It's not too far. It looks like it's got more intensity on the trouser leg than it has on the like the cloth that runs past it. It's tabard or whatever that is. And it should probably have some on the skin that makes up like the obliques, because it's got a line of sight to those, just not an easy one to get to. Mr. Enigma, it'll probably be, well, it's whenever YouTube and Twitch finish doing what they do, I will tell it to go live about 5 to 10 minutes after the stream ends, and then it will happen when it happens. Certainly be up by tomorrow morning. This is nice, like the wear and tear you've got on this, little bits of scratches on the leather and the blue. Looks good, dude. Great work, keep it up. Admiral Ants, not months, we got some progress made on the Poxbringers. Okay. So, obviously the one on the right, not a lot going on so far. The one on the left, some nice, grotty, nasty looking skin tone. It looks pretty gross. Like, really gross. So I like it, dude. Butt shot. Always got to get the butt shot on these guys. I really like the conversion you've done on the one that's now on the left. Really, really want to see him painted. So keep it up. The Infamous Nerd. Some Scout Boys. The one on the right is a blooded version. The one in the middle, I think, needs more colour due to the gloves. And the left one, I think, is fine with what I've got for paint. Okay. I'm lost. The one on the right is a bloodied version. Okay, so skeleton with blood still on it. Yeah, the green gloves don't really go. That's a weird one. But if these are the paints that you've got, then these are what you've got. I probably would have just gone with a dark brown though. Like mix some black and some brown together to really darken it down and do some highlights, which is your base brown. Because green just looks weird on him. As far as the bloodied one goes, that's not bad, actually. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, they're decent, mate. You need to get the bases done, obviously. The only part of that I'm not sure about is the green. I have to brighten the blue on the right account too dark. It is very dark, but I just figured that was just a little bit of a like prep to get something bright in. So, not to worry. Daddy Tub, second army done. 4 more to go in 2 nights. Really want a painted army this year. You've got most of the year. You could do it, bro. Nice work. I like a little bit of extra detail you've put on the base there with that little crater. Solid work, mate. Really, really solid work. You could probably... Sorry for the yawning, guys. It has been a long day. You could probably do a little bit of a inset highlight on the black for that shoulder pad. It looks a bit flat in comparison to the rest of it. So take some grey and just do that little line inside the lip. It's not my favourite thing to do, but it is unfortunately the only way I can find to make that work that isn't just a volumetric highlight. So if we look at that middle photo there, if you just put a little bit of a highlight line in just above that trim on the bottom, you'd be in a much better place with that, I think. Again, great job on the face. I love the little bits of conversion work you've done here. Those skellies and so on. Looking absolutely solid. Really good work, mate. Really good work. Steak Listens got Wednesday. That looks about as horrifying as I thought it was going to look. Eye cancer green and dark red. You're not ever going to miss these when on the table, mate. That's bright. That is super, super bright. Be interesting to see what it looks like after the weathering has happened. See how much that green still comes through. Like how much power it's still got. Good luck, dude. Right, JC, let's pick a few picks that stand out. This one stands out. Oh, yeah. These look cool. Got some Ravenwing Outriders. Just finished painting one of those with an Apothecary on it. And an entire Dark Angels army, in fact, but they're looking pretty good. Like those a lot. Big army shot. All the dank angles. Very nice. Plasma Inceptors there at the back. We've got some Hell Blasters up at the front. Weapons of the Dark Ages for days, bro. Got the Aggressors. Nice, mate. This is a big army. Real big army. No need for line of sight there. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, hello. Hello. I've got a client ask me to paint one of these. I'd really, really like to paint it, but definitely in the Dread Wing, which is the Dark Angels vehicle wing. Not Raven Wing, they're bikers, but the Dread Wing, the people that look after all their big tanks and siege engines. And it's black and red paint job. I really, really want to do it. I'm not sure it'll let me. It's also a piece of resin that you could probably kill somebody with. It's a chunky boy. Very chunky boy. Alright, Matt Yee, look at this. Oh, that is on fire. Hey. Disappointed in myself now. This looks great though, dude. Nice job on the flames. You've really, really got on the throat with these. Good work, dude. Really, really good work. There you go. Give Matt a follow if you don't already. You brought his community here. Well worth it. Frog Lane Studio. Here's his Plane Marine he's been working on. Really trying to work out if that's the same shot twice. It is. Very, very cool, mate. Love that bit of sculpting you've done around the midsection there. That's absolutely fantastic. Glass Joe, what up? Oh, I thought you were going to do the thing is like a leather nose rather than part of the helmet. I like that. That looks much better. God, what a fantastic bit of kit that is. Really, really nice, mate. Really nice. Timmy Sprues, the start of a Night Halverin. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're cool kits. They are. They're really, really cool kits. With the arms, what I strongly suggest everyone that buys one of these does is exactly what I've done, where with the shoulders, you trim off the bottom part here. And then if you're worried about magnetizing, you put a 3mm by 3mm magnet in here. And then you put a 5mm by 1mm magnet in the top of here. If you're not, you just super glue those on. Because it makes painting it so much easier. If you've already glued it together and the arm is captive on the shoulder, then just take a knife and just trim straight through it. It's not a problem. You're going to get through it. No worries. All paint between March and December 2020. Not bad, dude. Not bad at all. Right, Crownblade. Another Underworld's Warband. These are not the orcs that I've seen before. Okay. Are these new? My housemate's got the one with like Chopper and Smasher and I say Grim Guts. I can't remember. And there's 4 in that warband. There's one with 2 axes, a big axe, and something else. Morgoth's Crushers. Nice. Very, very pale skinned. Somewhat like albino looking orcs there. Even on something that pale, I'd probably try and find a way to get in just a little bit more shadow, but really desaturate it. So if you took a bright green, mixed it down with black, or a brown, like a really dull brown, not an interesting brown with loads of red and stuff, but a dull brown, and then thin the hell out of it and just drop that in some of the recesses, that would just bring those to life a little bit more. Your armor looks good, your bases, obviously, you've done well with. I like that little hit of teal, the bright blue. I like that a lot. Magnetize the waist. No point in doing that, bro. Like, not a single one of my arm get held, whether it's Helverin, whatever, as at the base, the waist magnetized. But yeah, overall, I really like what you've done. I'd maybe go a little brighter on the metallics, especially his sword as well. That's properly held out in hero pose. Maybe either just get some scratches on it, some really, really fine scratches, maybe a little bit of battle damage like that. Which means just a little bit brighter. Not a lot, just a touch. Gummer, base coats on the Blood Throne and re-based my Khorne Demon Prince and decided to redo some of the details on it. Oh, it's like the Skull Cannon. I'm with you. Totally know what that is. Nice. Very cool. All the armor trim in the world to do. Have fun with that. Demon Prince. Oh, he's looking good. He's looking good. I like the nice bright part of the wings. The face gets a little bit lost in there. You could have done with something a little bit brighter there to help bring the attention to that aspect of it. Because the shoulder pads come right up there and they're big and it's nice bright red against really, really vibrant metallic. And that's kind of what your eye is drawn to, and then upwards into the wings. He's going to bring it back down again to just get to his face. You could have done the horns up to a bright bone. You could have started them at bright bone and gone out to a dark brown or black even. Alternatively, you could have just brought the face up a little bit brighter. Tough one. But look at that axe. That's a cool axe. Don't know if you've seen it, but we did the... it's a Patreon tutorial, a written one, but it's completely free. Anyone can access it. About molten blades. And how to create a blade very much like we did on Magnus back here. And that's completely free to anyone. If you're interested, go and look it up. I should probably get a link to that in the chat here, but that one's up for anyone to go and take a look at. And you could just get a little bit extra detail on the axe and give it a molten surface, as well as obviously having that heat coming through if you wanted to. Love the base though, mate. Needs a black base rim, but love the base. Top-notch bit of cereal box, that. And what's mostly ironic is your cereal box bases do end up with a little bit of freehand on, basically. So, not bad. Right, that is it for today. So we worked on the Amiga. That's the main body. Started off black and then became copper because can't use the transparent paints from Monuments for some reason. Just that all failed. You see we've done a quick wash with some gloss varnish as well as some strong tone and dark tone. Just hit some of those recesses. Left that gloss varnish in the mix there to give it still that nice metallic sheen to things though. Don't want to lose that because that's going to go right up against the very matte but very bright carapace that we've done, all the way from purple right up through to bright turquoise. We've got all that going on. That will be part of the next stream, which will be Saturday morning. Remember guys, we do go live at 11 AM UK time on Saturday morning. Every single Saturday stream we get people coming in going, oh, I didn't know you started early. We start early. Be here at 11. We'll see you then. For now though, let's go find someone to raid and pass the hobby love on to. The old school or new school paint scheme, by the way, was very, very close. Very close. For the next stream, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be running a poll on how we're going to do Khan's base as well. We know we're painting in blue and white, and so we can now start getting a poll together for the base. Des, if you can just send me a message on Discord with the options that you've got, I'll create a poll and put it into command ready for that for next stream. Pass the hobby love on. Let's shut this dude up. Let's go and raid. Who shall we raid? Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's not raid any of the people we normally raid. Let's go and search for miniature figures. Who is Khan? He's not Khan and Dismayer, but it's very close. Let's see. We were somehow most watched today. Slow Fuse is on. Malev is on. Raided Malev. Two Dorks. Walter. All these guys we tend to raid a fair bit. Let's try and find somebody else. Awkward-ish Panda. Oh, yes. This will do. This will do. Here's a guy with some very cool-looking Harlequin action going on. Doing some diamonds. And I think he's distressing them. So, it's Khan the Betrayer. And he is a World Eater. It is this dude here. We're going to paint him up and give him away on my birthday, which is Tuesday night. So tune in for that. We're going to start the stream off at 4, paint this guy up and give him away to a subscriber. Done. That's it. But for now, let's get this raid underway. I think he's tidying up some of these diamonds rather than anything else. When we get there, let them know where you've come from. Spam all the emotes. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. Peace out. See you soon.